Boss fired me in Boise for being outdated, stole my $48 million deals, and then my boss fired me for being stuck in the past. Then my client's 60% of the firm's revenue started walking. I wasn't the one stuck. If this story moved you, don't forget to drop a comment, and subscribe to Revenge with Jack for more unforgettable stories that speak to the heart. I'm Reece Carver, 49, the guy who's kept a Boise publishing firm's heart pumping for 18 years. As VP of sales, I didn't just close deals, I built bonds. My team's handshake deals and face-to-face meetings drove $48 million of the company's $80 million revenue last year. My safety net. Relationships. No CRMs, no spam emails, just trust, grit, and a bourbon shared over a contract. Life was steady. A brick ranch in the North End. A '71 Dodge Charger in the garage, and Sundays fishing with my brother Caleb on the Boise River. No wife, no kids, just my work, my word, and a legacy I'd carved. Our latest push, a regional book distribution deal, was my crown. 15% growth, 0 client churn, and a network that could weather any storm. I wasn't a mogul, but I was proud. My clients were my blood. Until Zane Fenwick decided to spill it. Zane, 52, swept in as CEO in November 2025, a tech bro from a floundering Denver startup. Crisp suits, sharper ego with a smile that screamed control. The board hailed him as a digital savior, but I saw a vulture. Our first clash was raw. Reece, he said, sprawled in his sleek office, the Boise skyline glinting behind him. Your sales are gold, but your methods are Jurassic. We're going digital. I pushed back, calm but firm. My relationships cut churn by 90%, saved $3 million in marketing. Numbers spoke. He waved me off his cufflinks, flashing. Trust isn't profit, Carver. That was the first cut. I didn't see the axe. 2 weeks later, I'm in the field, the morning air sharp, meeting a client, Porter & Sons Press. My lead rep, Elena Harper, pulls me aside. Reece, check this. She shows me Zane's new CRM rollout, mandatory, no exceptions. It's clunky, forcing reps to log every call, alienating clients who value personal touch. My gut twists. This won't fly. I email Zane citing client feedback. His reply's cold. Adapt or lag. Adapt? I've seen deals die for less. I loop in the sales coordinator, Tessa Wade, 36. A strategist with a poet's fire and eyes that see through lies. This is lunacy, she says, backing me. We draft a client survey, send it to the board, and push for a hybrid model. Silence. That night I'm at home, a steak sizzling, the Boise skyline flickering through the dusk. Zane's dodge isn't a glitch, it's a play. Next morning I'm back pitching a client when Tessa flags me. They're swapping our contracts. Digital first terms, no negotiation. My jaw clenches. This isn't progress, it's sabotage. I grab my laptop log. 18 client complaints, delayed responses, botched orders, now this. I file a formal report to the board, my fingers steady but my pulse racing. Zane calls me in by noon, his office sterile, the air heavy. Reece, you're stirring chaos. He says, his voice smooth as venom, leaning back in his leather chair. We're modernizing, not stalling. I meet his stare, unflinching. Your CRM's losing clients. He leans forward, eyes hard as flint. You're too traditional, Carver. The air crackles, his smirk a knife. I walk out, my boots heavy on the polished floor, the weight of my team on my shoulders. Friday night, I'm at the Timberline, our team's dive bar. The jukebox humming low. The vibe's sour. Tessa's sipping a lager, Elena's scrolling her phone, her dark curls catching the neon light. Zane's boxing us out, Tessa mutters. Board swallowing his pitch. I slam my glass down, bourbon sloshing. Then we make them choke on it. Doubt creeps in, though. Zane's not just sidelining me, he's erasing me. My phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. Check Zane's laptop. Sales office tomorrow, 4. Metal. My pulse spikes, the bar's dim light casting shadows. A tip, a trap. I show Tessa. Could be real, she says. Elena's skeptical, leaning in her perfume sharp. Or Fenwick's baiting you. I don't sleep, the text, a live wire in my brain, the Boise night pressing against my windows. Saturday, I'm at the office at 3:45, heart pounding like I'm breaking into a vault. The sales floor is dark, but Zane's laptop's glowing. I use an old team code, call it a habit from hungrier days. I pull up his files and find my client contracts rebranded as his digital pivot pitched to investors for a $25 million deal. My blood boils, the screen's glare burning my eyes. But there's more. Emails with his Denver pal, Miles Fenwick, Apex Media's COO. Carver's a liability. Neutralize him, Zane writes. My fists clench. Neutralize. I've carried this firm for decades. I copy the files to a USB, hand steady but rage coiling like a spring. Back home, I'm pacing the USB, a live grenade in my pocket. Caleb's over his contractor's grit, reading my mood. Reece, you're a storm, he says, tossing me a beer, his flannel sleeves rolled up. I want to spill Zane, the CRM, the theft. but his kids are playing in the yard, their laughter filtering through the window. I choke it back. Work bullshit. I mutter, the bottle cold in my hand. He claps my shoulder fierce. You don't fight alone, man. His words hit, but the storm doesn't quit. I dive into Zane's emails, finding a thread with Miles. Carver's report could tank the deal. Bury him. Bury. The word chills me, the Boise skyline, a silent witness through my window. This is war. Monday, I'm playing the good soldier, but Zane's escalating. He calls a team meeting, all charm, his boots gleaming under the office lights. Folks, we're fast-tracking digital. Trust the vision. My reps look to me, their eyes searching for a signal. I stay stone-faced, my jaw tight. After Zane corners me near the elevators, his voice low. Reece, I need your buy-in. No stunts. His tone silk, his eyes daggers. I nod cold. Whatever you say, Zane. He misses the edge in my voice. Mistake. That afternoon, Elena pulls me into the break room, her perfume cutting through the coffee scent, her voice urgent. Reece, I've got something. She hands me a second USB client, emails, contracts, my deals embedded in Zane's investor decks. He's been lifting your work for weeks, she says. Her eyes blazing, her hand brushing mine as she passes the drive. My blood runs hot. My deals. Stolen. Why now? I ask, my voice low. She leans in close, her breath warm. Because I'm done watching you bleed. The air shifts electric, but I pull back, gripping the USB. This fight's about justice, not heat. Tuesday, my office badge fails. Security's waiting, new guy Derek with an HR letter signed by Zane. Termination effective immediately. Failure to adapt. My vision blurs, the paper trembling in my hand. Adapt. I built this firm's revenue. I don't argue. I walk head high, but my gut's ablaze. In my Charger, the engine rumbling, I call Tessa. She's in the field, says Zane, spinning lies about sales failures tied to me. Failures. My team was bulletproof. I drive to a diner, the neon sign buzzing, and open my laptop. I've got emails, logs, everything. Then I find it an email from Zane to Miles sent last night. Carver's gone. Push the deal. My blood boils, the diner's coffee turning bitter. He didn't just fire me, he's burying me. Wednesday dawn. The anonymous text checks Zane's laptop as a blade in my chest. I'm Reece Carver, 49, fired from the Boise publishing firm I carried for 18 years. My client deal stolen by Zane Fenwick, the CEO, who called me outdated. Elena's USB loaded with proof of his theft burns in my pocket, but it's not enough. Zane's not just erasing my work, he's torching my name. My North End house is a bunker, the Boise skyline a cold witness through the morning haze. This fight isn't about my job, it's about my truth, and I'm ripping it back. I'm up before the light, coffee black as tar, diving into Zane's digital shadow. Using a backdoor code from my gritty startup days, I crack his cloud drive. His emails with Miles Fenwick, Apex Media's COO, are brazen. Carver's out. His contracts are ours. Close the deal in 10 days. My blood boils. My deal's my life's work rebranded for Apex's crumbling empire. I dig deeper, finding a wire transfer, $1. $8 million from Apex to a Boise account under Zane's alias Caleb Ward. A kickback reckless and damning. I encrypt it, stashing the drive in my toolbox, hands steady but my gut ablaze. Zane's not a thief, he's a criminal. At 6 I call Tessa Wade, my sales coordinator. She's in the field, dodging Apex reps, mangling my client relationships. Reece, it's chaos, she says, voice low. Clients are bailing, deals are tanking. My contract's $48 million in revenue gutted by amateurs. What about Elena? I ask. Tessa pauses. Harper's gone. Said it's family. Elena Harper, my lead rep, who'd charm a client in a storm, ghosting us. My instincts scream betrayal. Watch her, I say. And Zane. Tessa grunts. Done. I hit the firm's client logs, hunting Zane's tracks. Their fake consulting fees to Apex buried as marketing costs tied to Elena's login. My chest tightens. Elena. My right hand. I text her. Meet me. Now. No reply. My mind churns. Zane's turned my team against me. I pull up the server logs, finding tampered client data timestamped to Elena's late-night sessions. He's planting failures to pin on me. This is a revenge story, and I'm the target. Noon, I'm at a dive bar off Fairview, meeting Cole Ramsey, 50, a private investigator with a nose for corporate rot. He slides in, eyes sharp as steel. Reece, Zane's got a fixer, Silas Holt, ex-corporate muscle. He's sending your texts. My pulse spikes. The tip, the frame job, a machine. Cole hands me a flash drive. Holt's client logs. Zane's paying him to paint you as a saboteur. I pocket it, jaw clenched. Holt's angle. Cole leans in, voice low. He's forging invoices, $1. $2 million fraud, all pointing to you. I nod, the game clear. Zane's not just stealing my deals, he's stealing my life. Back at my house, Caleb's there, his contractor's grit reading my mood. Reece, you're a damn hurricane, he says, cracking a beer. His work boots scuffed. I want to unload Zane, Elena the fixer, but his kids are outside, their laughter cutting through the Boise dusk. I choke it back. Work crap. I mutter, the bottle cold in my hand. He grabs my arm fierce. You don't fight alone, brother. His words hit, but the war's in my head. I hack Apex's server, old skills razor sharp, and find a jackpot. My client contract's rebranded as Apex Connect, set for a $30 million rollout. Worse, there's a dossier. My morning runs Caleb's job sites, my charger's plates. My blood runs cold. Zane's not just after my job, he's hunting my life. I'm about to call Tessa when Elena texts. Reece, I screwed up. Meet me at the old print warehouse, 6 p.m. No details, just desperation. My gut screams trap, but Elena's family. I grab my keys and roll. The warehouse is a relic, rusted presses, ink-stained floors, Boise's ghosts fading under the sunset. Elena's waiting, pale hands jammed in her jacket. Zane got to me, she admits, voice raw. Offered to fund my dad's medical bills if I tweaked your data. My fists clench. Elena, my partner, sold me out. Why? I snarl, stepping closer. She meets my gaze, broken. I was drowning Reece, but I held back the worst. Her breath catches the air, heavy. What's his next move? I demand voice ice. She swallows. He's meeting Apex tomorrow night, sealing the deal. Private club, the Silver Oak. I nod, rage coiling. You're with me or you're done. She nods, tears falling, her eyes pleading. Trust shattered, but I need her brain. Friday morning, I'm at a diner, the coffee stale, plotting. Caleb texts. Found dirt. Zane's dodging taxes buddy at the city saw his filings. My brother, the silent warrior, digging for me. I call Cole. Need a way into the Silver Oak, I say. He laughs sharp. Got a guy, ex-bouncer, hates rich assholes. You're in. I'm not crashing Zane's deal, I'm burning it down. I hack the Silver Oak's network cameras, Wi-Fi guest lists. It's locked tight, but I've cracked worse. Zane's emails reveal more. Carver's report could tank the deal. Bury him before the rollout. Bury. The word sears the diner's neon buzzing in my ears. That afternoon, Tessa calls. Reece, your USB's solid. Apex is losing clients, bad data. Why's Zane pushing it? I take a gamble. He's cashing out. Check Caleb Ward's account. She's silent then. We're auditing Apex. Stay sharp. Adrenaline surges. The board's waking up, but Zane's not asleep. My phone pings anonymous text. Carver, we know your brother's fishing spots. Back off. My breath catches. Caleb. Holt's hitting my family, the Boise skyline, a silent witness through the diner's window. Friday night. I'm outside the Silver Oak, Boise's elite playground, all chrome and shadows. Cole's guy slips me past the doorman, my borrowed jacket tight. Inside, it's velvet and bourbon Zane at a corner table with Miles Fenwick and 2 Apex suits laughing like gods. My blood simmers, but I stay icy, sliding into a booth. I've got a burner phone with Elena's app, a data sniffer to grab their files. I text Tessa, parked a block away, with a jammer. Go. Their Wi-Fi crashes, forcing them to my rigged hotspot. Emails, contracts, rollout plans. Everything flows to me, the club's low hum masking my pulse. The first twist hits like a collapsing press. A hand grips my arm. I spin, expecting security, but it's Elena, eyes blazing, no trace of last night's wreck. Reece, I'm all in, she whispers, her breath warm. Zane threatened my dad's life. I'm done. Before I can reply, Zane clocks us. His face shifts, shock, then fury. He strides over Miles, trailing his boots, clicking on the polished floor. Carver, he sneers, you're a ghost. I stand, locking eyes. You stole my deal, Zane. You're done. Elena's at my side, unyielding, her presence a spark. The air crackles, the club's elite watching their drinks forgotten. The second twist lands like a sledgehammer. A woman steps forward, Lila Brooks, 47. Our CFO holding a tablet, her heels sharp against the floor. Zane's not just stealing, she says, voice like a blade. He's laundering money through Apex. She swipes, showing bank records, Caleb Ward, $8 million funneled offshore. My jaw drops. Lila, here. Her eyes meet mine, fierce. You didn't think I'd let him gut us, did you? I forgot Lila's got Boise's finance world on a leash. She's not just my colleague, she's my ace. Zane's pale, stammering. Lies. Miles bolts, but security's closing in, not for us. Lila signaled a state auditor waiting outside the club's lights, glinting off her tablet. Chaos erupts. Zane lunges for the tablet, but Elena blocks him, swift, her shoulder brushing mine. The auditor steps in, badge gleaming. Zane Fenwick, you're coming with us. The club empties, whispers trailing like smoke. I'm left with Elena and Lila, my pulse a drum. Lila saved me, but Elena's eyes are cold. You didn't trust me, Reece, she says, voice low, her perfume lingering. We're not square. She walks out, her silhouette fading into the Boise night. Lila grips my arm. We got him! But victory tastes like dust. Saturday, I'm at my house, the silence suffocating. Tessa calls. Zane's suspended Apex is done. We're auditing his accounts. You're cleared, Reece. We want you back. I nod, but my mind's on Elena. I shut her out, fought alone, and it cost us. I drive to her apartment where she's reviewing client files, her face guarded. I'm sorry, I start, my voice rough. She cuts me off. You didn't see me, Reece. Not really. I don't argue she's right. Tell me how to fix it, I say, stepping closer. Her eyes soften just a sliver. Start by showing up. We talk jagged raw, no guarantees. It's a spark, not a flame, the Boise skyline flickering outside her window. Sunday, I'm chasing Holt's trail. Cole's Drive has a lead. Payments to a local blogger prepping a smear piece on me. Holt's still out there, a predator. My phone buzzes Tessa. Elena's back, but she's rattled. Found more stolen contracts in Apex's pipeline. I grit my teeth. Zane's gone, but his machine's grinding. I hack deeper, finding a Blackthorn email. Carver's brother is leverage. Hit harder! My blood runs cold. Caleb's not just a bystander, he's a target. Monday, I'm on site rebuilding my team. Tessa's rock-solid, Elena's proving herself her client calls flawless. But her distance stings. I text her. Dinner. Us. She replies. Maybe. It's not a yes, but it's hope. I'm not just fighting for my deals. I'm fighting for trust, for family, for the man I want to be. The third twist lands that evening. I'm at the Timberline whiskey burning my throat when Tessa bursts in. Reece, Elena found something. She hands me a tablet. Apex's internal memo dated yesterday, outlining a backup plan to relaunch my contracts under a shell company, Pinnacle Ventures. Zane's name is absent, but Miles Fenwick is listed as CEO. My jaw tightens. Zane's out, but his cousin's keeping the scam alive. I call Elena. You okay? She's steady but tense. I'm fine. But Pinnacle's using your work, Reece. They're not done. I lean back, the bar's neon casting shadows. Then we're not either. Tuesday, I meet Cole at a park, the Boise River glinting nearby. Pinnacle's a front, he says, handing me another drive. Holt's running their data. He's got to mole someone close. My stomach drops. Close. I trust Tessa Lila, but Elena. Her guilt, her absence, it gnaws at me. Find the mole, I say. Cole nods grim. Watch your back, Reece. Holt's a phantom. Wednesday, I'm on site, cross-referencing Pinnacle's contracts. I find a thread. Pinnacle's funding traces to a Boise VC Horizon Capital, where Owen Tate's sister is a partner. My breath catches. Owen, the board member who backed my report. The fourth twist cuts deep. He's not just neutral, he's complicit. I save the evidence, my hands shaking, the office's hum fading. This isn't just Zane, it's a syndicate. Thursday, I confront Elena at her apartment door locked. You holding back? I ask, voice low. Her eyes flash wounded. You think I'm the mole? She pulls up her laptop, showing emails she intercepted Holt's orders to an unknown insider, not her. I'm fighting for you, Reece, she says, voice breaking, her hands trembling. But you keep shutting me out. My chest aches. I misjudged her again. I'm sorry, I mutter, stepping closer. She nods, but the rift lingers. We need to hit Pinnacle, she says, her voice steel. Hard. I agree, the fire reigniting her eyes, locking with mine. Friday, I meet a whistleblower from Horizon Capital, Clara Vance. 43, a compliance officer who smells a scam. She slides me a folder, Horizon's investments in Pinnacle, funneled through offshore accounts linked to Miles. Owen's neck-deep. Clara whispers, the park's wind rustling. He's betting on Apex's collapse to cash out. My mind races. Owen's a puppet master. I thank Clara, my resolve hardening. This fight's bigger than Zane, it's a network. Saturday, I hack Pinnacle's servers, finding my contracts in their beta. But there's a fifth twist. A hidden flaw in the client terms, not mine, set to tank deals under scrutiny. My heart sinks. Someone inside the firm planted it, and it's not Elena. I call Tessa. Check Lila's access logs. She hesitates. Lila. She's clean, Reece. I don't buy it. Check. Hours later, she calls back, voice grim. You're right. Lila's been logging in after hours, tweaking the terms. Lila, our CFO, the one who saved me at the Silver Oak. The betrayal burns like acid. Sunday, I confront Lila at her office door. Lock the Boise skyline stark behind her. Why? I demand, tossing the logs on her desk. She doesn't flinch, her eyes cold. Zane offered me a cut, she says, voice flat. I took it. You're too honest, Reece. My fists clench. You sold us out. She leans in, her perfume sharp. Join Pinnacle. They'll pay. I laugh bitter, the tablet heavy in my hand. I'm not you. I walk out, her betrayal await, the city's lights flickering below. Monday morning. Tessa Wade's call, VP of Sales, reinstated full authority, hits like a lifeline, but Elena's words cut deeper. You keep shutting me out, Reece. Zane Fenwick's suspended, Apex Media's collapsing, and my client contracts are back, but I'm not cheering. My team's trust is cracked, my bond with Elena's frayed, and Silas Holt, Zane's fixer, is still out there. A shadow with venom. I'm Reece Carver, 49, and this fight's not over. It's a blaze I'm still fueling. I'm on site, the Boise Air Sharp, diving into Apex's wreckage. Tessa's at my side, her jaw tight as we rebuild my client network. Reece, we're holding, she says. Clients are back, but the CRM's shaky. My deal's $48 million in revenue, nearly gutted by sabotage. I nod, my focus split. Elena. Tessa shrugs. Harper's working, but she's guarded. Elena Harper, who tweaked my data for Zane, is on thin ice. I spot her across the office, her dark curls catching the fluorescent light, her laptop steady. One chance, I mutter. Tessa nods, but the heir's heavy loyalty's a ghost. By noon, I'm scouring the firm's financials, hunting Holt's tracks. Cole Ramsey texts. Holt's moving. Paid a Boise cop, Ethan Pike, to dig into your taxes. My pulse spikes. Taxes. Holt's scraping for dirt and Pike's a badge for hire. I hack Blackthorn Security's server again, finding a forged invoice in my name, $1. $5 million siphoned from the sales budget. Embezzlement. The frame's tightening, and Zane's emails are still active even from lockup. I save it, my gut churning. Zane's down, but his web's alive. That afternoon, Tessa calls me to the boardroom. Owen Tate's there with Harper Vance, the board's new skeptic. Tessa's all business. Reece Apex is finished. Zane laundered millions through them. We're suing. I nod, but my eyes are on Owen. He's too quiet, his pen tapping. What's the rub? I ask. Tessa sighs. Zane's claiming you sabotaged the CRM, faked the evidence. He's out on bail and his lawyer's pushing a countersuit. The first twist hits like a snapped cable. Bail. After theft, laundering, the auditor bust. Harper leans in. Reece, we need your deals online. Take the role, or we're vulnerable. It's a deal with thorns. I don't flinch. I'm in. My team, my contracts, no strings. Tessa nods, relieved. Owen's eyes flicker doubt, or something darker. I'm not buying his neutrality. As I leave, my phone pings anonymous text. Carver, we've got your brother's job sites. Quit or they leak. My breath catches. Caleb, Holt's hitting my family. I delete it, but the threat festers like rust. Tuesday, I'm at my house briefing Caleb. He's in work boots, his contractor's calm, unshaken. I found more, he says, handing me a USB. It's a city auditor's memo, Caleb Ward dodging $9 million in taxes. My buddy at the tax office flagged it, he adds. My brother, my anchor digging for me. My chest tightens. What's your play? He asks. I lean in, voice low. Hid his money. His offshore accounts are his spine. He nods fierce. Don't lose yourself, Reece. His words linger as I grip his shoulder, his strength my fuel. That night, I'm chasing Zane's offshore trail. Cole's intel points to a Cayman account layered through shell companies. I hack deeper, finding a ledger. $15 million from Apex to Zane, funneled via a Boise firm, Horizon Capital. The name stops me cold. Owen Tate's sister is Horizon's CFO. The second twist burns. Owen, the board's ally, is tied to Zane's cash. I save it, my blood simmering. This isn't just Zane, it's a syndicate. Wednesday, I confront Owen at his office door shut. Horizon Capital, I say, dropping the ledger. He pales, stammering. Reece, it's not I cut him off. You're profiting while Zane guts us. Flip or I go to Tessa. His eyes dart, but he nods cornered. What do you need? I lean in cold. Feed Zane's lawyer bad intel. Stall the countersuit. He agrees, sweating. I've got a mole, but it's a tightrope. Owen's no friend. Thursday hits like a storm. I'm on site rebuilding with Tessa and Elena. Elena's quiet, her guilt a shadow, but her client calls are razor sharp. I pull her aside, the office's hum fading. You solid? She meets my gaze raw. I'm here, Reece. I owe you. I nod, not forgiving, but accepting. The team's stabilizing client churned down 22% deals holding. But my phone buzzes Cole. Holt's escalating. Drafted a police report, your name on it. Fraud and sabotage. My heart races. The frame's closing. I call Caleb. Stay with Mom tonight, I say. Safe. His voice is steady. We've got this, brother. That afternoon, Tessa calls. Reece, your USB checks out. Apex is bleeding clients bad terms. Why's Zane pushing it? I take a risk. He's cashing out. Check Caleb Ward's account. She's silent then. We're auditing Horizon. Stay sharp. Adrenaline surges. The board's stirring, but Zane's not asleep. My phone pings anonymous text. Carver, we know your brother's fishing spots. Back off. My breath catches. Caleb. Holt's hitting my family again, the Boise skyline, a silent witness through the office window. Friday, the third twist lands. Tessa bursts into my office. Reece board's meeting. Emergency. Zane's here. Here. On bail disgraced, I storm to the boardroom where Zane stands, suit crisp, lawyer smirking. Tessa's furious, Owen's tense, Harper's avoiding my gaze. Zane's voice is silk. Reece sabotaged the CRM, faked the evidence. I'm the victim. His lawyer slides a tablet, screenshots of my server hacks, twisted to look criminal. My stomach drops. They've got me spun into a crook. Tessa snaps, Reece explain. I don't waver. Zane's framing me to hide his laundering. Ask Owen about Horizon. Owen flinches, caught. The room erupts, but Tessa slams the table. We're auditing Horizon. Now. I walk out head high, but my pulse is a drum. Zane's playing dirty, and he's good. I call Cole. They've got my hacks, I say. He curses. Holt's work. End this. He gives a lead. Zane's meeting Pinnacle tonight, a warehouse on Gowan Road. Crash it, Cole says. I'm all in. Friday night, I'm at the warehouse, Boise's night air thick with dust. Tessa's with me, Elena on lookout. Inside, Zane's with Miles Fenwick and a Pinnacle exec, voices low over contracts. I've got a recorder, Elena's docs, and a burner phone. The plan: catch them dirty. But the fourth twist hits. A flashlight blinds me. Ethan Pike, the dirty cop badge gleaming. Carver hands up. My heart pounds, but I stay calm. Wrong side, Pike. He smirks. Zane pays better. Before I can move, Elena dives from the shadows, tackling Pike. Tessa grabs the badge. We're not fighters, but we're cornered. Zane's voice cuts through. Reece, you're nothing. He steps forward, unfazed. You can't stop me. I hold up the recorder streaming to Tessa's server. You stole my deals, laundered millions. You're done. His face twists, but Miles bolts, triggering alarms. Sirens wail, Elena's OSHA raid perfectly timed. Pike scrambles, but Tessa's got him pinned. Zane lunges, but I sidestep, 18 years of grit outmatching his polish. Checkmate, I say. He's cuffed as the raid sweeps in. Miles and the Pinnacle exec nabbed. Saturday, I'm home, the house quiet. Tessa calls. Zane's done. Horizon's under scrutiny. You're cleared, Reece. VP's yours. I nod, but my eyes are on Elena working at my table, her face soft but guarded. We need to talk, I say. She sets her laptop down, voice low. You fought for your deals, Reece. Now fight for us. We sit raw, unraveling years of distance. It's messy, no quick fixes, but it's real. Tessa texts. We good, I reply. Getting there. Caleb's safe, his hug fierce. The fifth twist comes Sunday. I'm on site digging into Pinnacle's contracts when Elena calls. Reece, it's Lila. Lila Brooks, our CFO, who turned on me. She's talking to the auditors claiming you approved the flawed terms. My blood runs cold. Lila's flipping the script, painting me as the mastermind. I meet Elena at a diner, her eyes blazing. She's lying, she says, showing Lila's emails to Holt, plotting to frame me. We need to expose her. I nod, the fight reigniting. Let's end it. Monday, I meet a new contact, Vince Harlow, 51, a former Apex rep who quit last year. Zane burned me too, he says, handing me a drive. Old Apex contracts, all with your deals tweaked to fail. Owen signed off. My pulse races. Vince is my wild card. Why help me? I ask. He smirks bitter. Because I want my name back too. I take the drive, the Boise River rushing nearby. The sixth twist hits. An email from Zane to Owen dated 8 months ago outlining a plan to digitize sales across Apex using my contracts as a template. Owen approved it knowing the risks. My stomach churns. Owen wasn't just complicit, he orchestrated it. Tuesday, I confront Lila at her condo, door locked. You framed me, I say, showing the emails. She laughs cold. You're too righteous, Reece. I had to slow you down. My fists clench. Why? She leans in, eyes sharp. Power. Pinnacle offered more than you ever could. I walk out, her betrayal await. I send the emails to the auditors sealing her fate. Weeks later, I'm VP, my contract's stronger, my team whole. Zane's facing trial. Owen's gone, Lila's under investigation. But I'm not crowing. I'm rebuilding deals, trust bonds. One night I'm at the Timberline, Elena beside me. A text. Nice play, Carver. Watch your back. No name, but it's Holt. My pulse spikes, but I shut my phone. Elena's hand finds mine. Build it strong or don't build at all, I say, my old creed. Did I fight too hard or not enough? Should I forgive Elena or let her go? Rebuild trust or walk away? Like what you heard, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Revenge with Jack, because the next story might just be your favorite one yet.